All right, good morning and welcome to Truth Mishna, the other type of Mishnah Yomi, the one that's not endorsed by the OU and all Mishnah. We'll give you the real facts, the real truth. Not implying anything about them, but mine is the truth. Theirs is whatever it is. You decide. All right. Parak Aleph, Mishnah Zayin and Ches. We're going to be finishing Parak Aleph today. Mishnah Zayin says, "And Atios v'adluim mitzarfim l'toch b'yisah." We mentioned yesterday, Halacha l'Moshe Sinai, that if you have Eser and Atios in a Beisah and 50 amos area that are planted, you can be chorish, you can plow them. Even according to the Machmir opinion, you can plant them, you can plow that area and perfect these fruits up until Rosh Hashanah of Shemitah year. There's no Isra to have a Sheviis if the Eser and Atios, young saplings, because they might die. So now we're learning that it's not just young saplings, but also dluim, even if they're mature plants, but they're gourds. And start with the so if you have a combination of 10, some of them are natio, some of them are fully grown gourds, then you could plant until Rosh Hashanah, you could plow until Rosh Hashanah. Ad Rosh Hashanah. According to the Tanakama, he holds, even though he says you can combine them, most of them, at least 6 of them, have to be natios. 4 of them could be gourds. Shmuel says, even if you have 10 dluim, right? Mefarshim explain that we're talking about a specific type of gourd, maybe a pumpkin, a type of gourd that grows from trees, and I guess they would get ruined if you didn't plow them. It's a type of very it's a winter gourd. Winter gourds, pumpkins, they stay on. You don't harvest them until the winter, or the end of the summer. So therefore, they need a constant attention, even during the later months of the summer, up until Rosh Hashanah, up until the fall. You could actually plow them because it was beneficial to the 60 years' produce. That was included in the Lachal Moshe Sinai. Chet. Until how long is something called a sapling? We said saplings are young trees. How old does a tree have to be called a sapling? He says it depends on halachas of Arla. Arla means the first 3 years of a fruit tree you can't benefit from it. It's for sure called a natia. The 4th year, you can take the fruits to Yerushalayim and pod it, and redeem it, and buy things with it. So the first 3 years for sure is called a natia. The first 3 years of a fruit tree are called a sapling. During the 4th year, if you redeemed it, it would be called a sapling. If you didn't redeem it, then by the 5th year, it wouldn't be called a sapling. The 4th year would be called a sapling. The 5th year wouldn't be called a sapling. Rabbi Yeshua Bas Sheva Shanim, he says 7 years, it's called a sapling. The 8th year is already called a fully grown tree. Rabbi Kiva Omer, the Tiyak Yishma, Rabbi Kiva says no, it's much different. The Rav says, Rabbi Bar Tanura says, it talks about a year. In the 1st year, it's called a sapling. After the 1st year, it's not called a sapling. We seem to pass on Rabbi Akiva. Ilan shenigmam v'hotzi chalipin. Let's say a tree was cut down, fully grown tree was cut down, and it started to grow again. Mitafach halamata kenetia. Mitafach halamala ki'ilan diver Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Shimon, who we paskin like, holds that in this case where it regenerates the tree. So I'm going to explain it the way that most Mefarshim explain it. The Rambam included explain that if it was cut down, the trunk was cut down below a tevach from the ground, where it's pretty much on the ground. So therefore, it's like a new tree that's grown. It's like a young sapling, and have the kula of Eser and Atios. You'll have to plow until Rosh Hashanah. Tevach halamala, if it was cut, the point of cutting was more than tevach from the ground. It's like an old tree. It's just like an elan, and therefore you need 3 elanos that have the capability of producing a kika 60 mana of fig cakes, are very big trees, in order to plow the field until Rosh Hashanah. That is the words of Rabbi Shimon. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. We're going to stick around for all in Mishnah. We're going to discuss this last ruling of Rabbi Shimon. It seems to be possible Rabbi Shimon against the Chachamim, and it seems like it would end up being a kula for Hilchos, a chumrah for Orla, but a kula for Sheviis. How could that be? Stick around, we'll tell you. Bye.